Juraj Slafkovsky is a Montreal Canadien. And that's the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm kidding, obviously. All right. The Montreal Canadiens come off of their All-Star and bye week with a nice little victory here over the Washington Capitals. The tank is on, and we are fully embracing. What's that? They won? They won. They actually, I'm confused. That's not what you're supposed to do when you're tanky. Anyways, um, regardless, you know the Canadiens players are not going to try to tank. As fans, we want them to because we want Caden Lindstrom. The more I look at that guy, oh man, 6'3", huge guy, huge center, strong. There's comparisons I'm not even going to make right now, but there's ones that are big, lofty ones that are being thrown out there. He's being compared to Eric Lindros. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. Yeah, one scout actually compared him to Eric Lindros. Anyways, let's talk about this game, though, because as you saw in the thumbnail, Slavzuki Slavzuki was on full display last night. And I know Caufield was involved and continued his 10-game point streak, which is fantastic. That's really cool for Cole. And the fact that he's doing it with assists and not just goals, becoming a more well-rounded player, as Marty St. Louis has wanted to make him, you're seeing that now. And you're seeing Caufield create turnovers. You're seeing him just be a better player all around, away from the puck, and anticipating, frankly, very, very well, as you saw on the first Nick Suzuki goal in this game. Let's break down the goals, shall we? And let's do that. Let's have some fun breaking down these goals with El Capitan, Nick Suzuki. And this was all created by a Cole Caufield turnover. He reads the play, he intercepts it in the neutral zone, comes in on the right side, a perfect saucer pass, and Nick Suzuki one times into the top corner, beating former Montreal Canadiens goalie Charlie Lindgren. Remember him? And puts the Canadiens up 1-0. And then less than a minute later, 57 seconds in between goals, Arbor Jackeye from the point on a face-off one in the offensive zone, first from Nick Suzuki. He wins the draw to Jackeye. He makes sure to get a shooting lane. He puts it on net. It clangs off the post. And from the far right side, Nick Suzuki one times the rebound past Charlie Lindgren, putting the Canadiens up 2-0 early in this game. And then you'll see, I'll tell you right here, that Michael Pezzetta ends up getting the game-winning goal for the Montreal Canadiens. That was fun. Why not see Pez get on the board, not only get on the board, but make it the game-winning goal? And this was a play, where Raphael Harvey Bedard was in the corner, and it looked like, it's funny because the angle that some Washington Capitals fans must have had behind the net made it look like Harvey Pinard tripped the defender in front of him, but he didn't, by the way. He just lost the puck and tripped himself, and then Harvey Pinard gets the puck out to Pezzetta. It actually bounces to Pez, and he rips it short side, or I guess glove side, on Charlie Lindgren because he's a right-handed catcher. And Pez is all pumped. He gets the third goal, puts the Canadiens up 3-0 in the first period. And then we'll go right to the second period because why not? And Alex Ovechkin, chasing Wayne Gretzky's streak, is now 60 goals away from breaking, or tying, I should say, Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record of 892 in the NHL's all-time goal scoring. It's pretty amazing to watch history unfold here. And I became an OV fan more so over the years. I forgave him in the early years when I thought he was a bit cocky and I just wasn't a fan, and he wasn't really winning much of anything. But he won his Stanley Cup. He got it, right? And now he's chasing the all-time record. 10th goal of the season from Dylan Strome and Martin Fehervary. And it was a nice goal. It was a pretty easy goal for Ovechkin, but he still had to place it into the open net for the Capitals there. And then Juraj Slafkovsky into the third. We're going to jump right into the third period here. Let's break down all the goals, like I said. So Slav with a great entry, first of all, from Mike Matheson, who comes in, gets the entry all on his own, confidently brings the puck in all by himself. No drop pass to Suzuki, right? Comes in, drops it back to Jake Evans. Jake comes over, gets a good little angle, changes the angle, and then dishes it over to Slav because he's open. And this isn't even a power play at this point, which is actually the most encouraging part about this entry, because the drop pass normally happens on a power play. This wasn't a power play, okay? So that being said, Jake gets the puck over to Slav, and he gets the toe drag through the legs of the Washington defender. He goes top corner, and it's a beautiful goal. Nick Suzuki gives him a little pat on the bum because he deserves it for the good goal. And Slav wasn't done there, was he? No. Before that, though, Rasmus Sandin gets the Capitals back on the board as the Habs went up 4-1 on that Slavkovsky goal, and Rasmus Sandin with his second goal of the season. The former Toronto Maple Leafs defender gets his second goal from Carlson and Dylan Strome, and it's actually a nice one-timer, got to say. It beat Sam Montembeault pretty cleanly there. But then at 14:01 of the third period, Anthony Mantha and Jonathan Kovacevic are actually going at it in the corner, and they both receive a roughing penalty before this power play for the Canadiens. They both go off, but I guess Anthony Mantha didn't get enough of Kovacevic, so he gets called for roughing, actually gets called for elbowing after the roughing call. And it was a dirty little elbow. I think it was pretty dirty. And he gets it up high on Kovacevic. He goes to the penalty box, and Slavkovsky makes them pay big time. And Mike Matheson, hey, you can't give him a hard time anymore about not passing to Slavkovsky, because he sets up one of the nicest goals of Juraj Slafkovsky's career so far. His 9th of the season, Slavkovsky's first 2-goal game of his NHL career. And this play, also credit goes to Cole Caufield on it, because I love the way Caufield handles the puck, the way he has it on his stick. He dekes it. I shouldn't say deking, but the way he handles the puck back and forth, reading, surveying the ice before he makes a play. And what does Caufield do? He makes sure to wait for the right play. He passes it up to Slav, back to Matheson. He gets it back over to Slavkovsky for the one. Actually, they go to Matheson. They go down to Suzuki, come back to Matheson, get it over to Slav for the one-timer, and he absolutely rips it, barring in. And that was a fun goal, man. The swagger that Slavkovsky quietly had after that goal, given the fist bumps on the bench. I don't know, man. The body language is cool. And it's just cool to see him. I don't know. Like, it's just cool to see him slowly becoming the player that the Canadiens saw at the draft, who I said they should draft all along. And it's just fun, man. It's fun. What was the total combination of points for Nick Suzuki, Cole Caufield, and Slavkovsky in this game? Well, Nick had 3 points. Slavkovsky had 2 goals, and Caufield had an assist. So that would be 6 points for the Slavkovsky line. Did I get Suzuki in there? Kovzukski. That's what it is. Kovzukski. I know. You guys can go out in the comments if you want to name them. I don't care. But for tonight, I specifically titled the video Slavzuki because they were the 2 stars, both getting 2 goals apiece. You gotta give them the shout out, right? So good for them. The Canadiens are 8 points out of a wild card spot. Not that it matters all of that much, but what does matter is progress for this young core. And I got to give a shout out. I'm going to get to him. Don't worry. I didn't forget about Brandon Gignac. Gignac. How's my pronunciation, guys? All right. I do respect you guys. Come on. Francophones unite. All right. I know I'm an Anglophone still for now, but that might change in the future. I might be taking lessons to learn French someday. I kind of made a personal vow to myself. That's what I want to do. But Brandon Gignac has a good first showing for the Montreal Canadiens. Let me tell you, in his second career NHL game, 14 minutes played, 14 minutes and 54 seconds played, basically just shy of 15 minutes played. And man, that guy can move. Gignac has quick feet, man. He can move on his skates. That guy looked good out there. I thought he looked like an NHLer, frankly. I mean, he had that probably extra boost of, excitement and adrenaline playing in his first game for the Montreal Canadiens in his home. He's a hometown Quebecer, right? So I thought he looked good. I thought he looked really good on his feet. He's definitely up to speed at today's NHL game at age 26. This is crazy that it's only his second ever NHL game, but he earned his spot. He earned his spot out with the Canadiens here. And I really liked what I saw from him. He has the ability to create turnovers, which he did, just like Caufield did. And I noticed that he was quick on his feet, but was able to create turnovers. He's got a good active stick and didn't get a chance to register a shot on net. But regardless, I mean, that was still an impressive debut for Gignac. And typically most rookies that come in from Laval, like Joshua Waugh, Lucas Condata, guys that come in and make their debut on forward, don't typically get a lot of ice time. They usually get less than 10 minutes. And Gignac got almost 15, so that was a good start. David Savard upping his trade value, by the way. The last time David Savard made as great of a save as he did, helping out Sam Montembeault, and he did make a save on the penalty kill. I was at that game behind the net when David Savard had an amazing penalty kill. It was the sequence of the game in Buffalo. He got injured on the play, lost his skate on the play, and yet still helped the Canadiens keep the puck out of the net. And some people feel like, I've heard, what was it on the show with George Larac on it, somebody saying that David Savard could fetch another first round pick for the Montreal Canadiens. But when you look at his intangibles, a great defender, a Stanley Cup winner with Stanley Cup experience, a guy who's upped his offensive game with the Montreal Canadiens, a guy who's a steady penalty killer, a leader, a guy who just is a solid, reliable veteran defenseman. He's going to be needed, but I don't know if he's going to garner a first-round pick or not, but he's got another year left on his contract. So if they get a good offer, you got to move David Savard. You absolutely have to. So there you have it. There you have it, Montreal Canadiens fans. I hope you enjoyed that game. I know I did. It was a great game, first game back for the Canadiens. And now they're going into Super Bowl weekend. They're going to have a few more days off once again. My sister will be at both games for Super Bowl weekend as they host the Dallas Stars and I believe the St. Louis Blues. So enjoy. I enjoyed this game. Thank you all for watching. 5,000 subscribers. We're just about there. So I'm just going to thank you for 5,000. I'm going to assume in a nice way that I'm just past 5,000 at this point, or going to be. And I want to thank you all so much for that. That's such a big accomplishment for the channel here, just working mostly all by myself, except for when I have my wonderful guests on. But I want to thank you all for the support, and I appreciate it. Go Habs, go guys. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the progress and celebrate growth with this young core through the rebuild. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.